Alright everyone, welcome back to the Stanley Parable, where last time we ended up having to, I don't remember what we did. We took the left way every single time and ended up dead the first time on the side. Well, we were dead because we went crazy, I guess, on the sidewalk and a woman found us. And then the second run, we were going to get smashed by those large plates. I don't know, it was like a press.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We're gonna go ahead and skip this, guys. You guys heard it. If you haven't, go watch my first episode.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, we know they're gone.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So last time we went left, and kept going
When
left.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I thought it was the right one you were supposed to. No, this goes to the meeting room. Alright. So here's the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So last time we went
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Last time we went down and we went crazy and a woman found us on the sidewalk. So we've went that way, so we're ready to go back into the boss's office here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was
This is
once
a
again
sweet
stunned
office.
to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
So last time that we were down here, bad things happened. We were going into that press and I had to restart the game because yeah, it was just a game. This game you kind of end up restarting it multiple times because that's how you keep
Into the building, Stanley
going forward
he
in the
felt
game.
a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright, we're back in the basement.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Excuse me. Last time we went down this way because we were doing all left turns, and that leaded to where I was at the end was like a hole that I jumped in. You were in a basket going towards this big compactor that was going to smash you, and then right as you get smashed, before you get smashed, the narrator actually turns into a woman, and you're put in a kind of like a museum, and then you exit the museum and you're back in that basket, and you get compressed, and the screen goes black, and it's not frozen. You have to actually begin the game. You actually have to begin the game again is how to keep going in the game. So it's interesting. But this time we're going to the Mind Control Facility. We're going to see what's in here. So there's a button that looks like for lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Wow, this is...
What horrible secret did this place hold?
A lot of
Stanley
screens.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
We're going to find out. So it looks like that's going to rise up, but where am I going to go from there? Alright, we'll find out here what the ending we will find here. Alright, so we got cameras. Are all these screens going to turn on?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Alright, so there's all my co-workers. As you can see, there's a few that are fired. There's 2 that have been fired. Alright, what's this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
And how are we going to do that? Can I push all these buttons? Is there a pattern I need to know? Can I go upstairs? What's upstairs? We're going to look around this room. See if there's any clues of some other ways to exit the game. Oh, we've got a number 4. So there's a number 4. What is that? Is there any more numbers? I think I saw another other kid. There's a number there. It's 5. This is a weird room. Okay, so we're up. We've been up there. Oh, here's no more numbers. What's the purpose? Can I... Was this door not open a little bit ago? Oh, what I just... Oh, you know what I just realized? I wonder... When I push this button up here, did it open that door? We're gonna find out. I was sure that door that I saw was open there. I know that door over there is open. What do the numbers mean, Mason? Wrong game reference, I'm sorry. Alright, so... Alright, so it looks like our only way... There's 1, 2, 4, and 5. Where's 3? That looks like a big power button. Let's go push it. Can't push it, okay. That's disappointing. Alright, I guess we're going into the facility's power room. Mind controls idle. Input, or awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
So if I turn it off, everything shuts down and the game's over, maybe? If I do it... let's go with off. How is the ending going to be this time? I can walk around.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Oh.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. unshackled himself from someone else's command.
What is this?
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
Oh.
Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even
trees.
power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Look at that.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of
Yeah,
liberation,
turn around. I want to see
the
what.
immense possibility of the new path before him.
Turn around. I want to see the
This
building.
was
he came out
exactly
of.
the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hey, we didn't die in this one. I have to reset. But just remember, the end is never the end. See, we're... This is a different...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Whoa! This has changed. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Whiteboard ending consults console 7 bark. Wonder what the whiteboard ending is. We're gonna try all these doors. See if we can get in.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That's the door I've been entering on. Let's actually go back and if this is the same way to the... Is this the... Yeah, okay, so it's just a different entrance to the
Yet
game.
there was not a single person here.
We're gonna
either.
go back the
Feeling a wave
exact
of
same
disbelief,
way that we
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Yeah.
hoping he might. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
I'm
office.
gonna kind of breeze through this, and we're gonna get back to where I can push that button again, and we're gonna actually turn it on and see what happens.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course,
That was close.
Stanley couldn't. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright, back down we go. If you guys haven't seen my first episode, go and make sure you watch that so you're not completely confused by what's happening. If you enjoy this, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like the subscribe button. It does change colors, so that's
Stanley
pretty
walked
cool.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
Control
Control Facility.
So this turns on.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
My office is over there, guys.
Co-workers. The lives of so many
247.
individuals reduced to images on
That's
a
my
screen.
office number, right?
And Stanley,
I don't
one
even
of them,
remember. It was 427.
eternally monitored in this place,
Dadgum, I don't
where
even remember.
freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had
Elevator
Stanley
coming
been
down.
under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Huh. I just realized a lot of those rooms are just exactly the same.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
It's
Had
possible.
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Nice.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
By turning him on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Oh, I got the
Of
door
course,
open.
That was merely in this instance.
How did I
of
open
the
that
story.
door?
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you
Whoa,
sit there
whoa,
in your
whoa,
office
whoa.
forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds.
So I have 1, 2,
Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear
3.
me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yes.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
5-2.
To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will
Let
you
me
go
out!
peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
No!
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment you fade in
There we go.
until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Oh, is there a way out of that room? I had that door open, but I don't know how. Another hallway.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, we'll come back to those
This
buttons,
was not the
maybe.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We have been going to every door on the left.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got
went
back
down.
on.
Let's see where this takes us. This is after this ending, I'm going to end this episode. Oh, and we're just loading in.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Can I go right? No? Okay. So left it is.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Looks like we're going down again. Oh, we entered this room again. We've been here before.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
How about...
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
No! Now we're back in the hallway. Okay, we've got 3 different endings there. So we have we finally got out. The one with the where the plant blows up or whatever it is. We need to figure out what buttons I need to push in order. I had that one door open for a little bit. I'm not sure how I did. I'm gonna have to watch back and see what I did there. And we just did that last way, and he restarted us because we weren't supposed to see that room. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next Stanley Parable real soon. See you guys.